Hi everyone, this is going to be the pre-lab video for Lab 7, Part 2 of our fMRI lab. Last week we looked at activation across hemispheres and across the hippocampus and the fusiform gyrus in response to word stimuli. Now we're going to be looking at the same types of responses, but in response to face stimuli. So once again, we are going to set up by setting our path as the JSPM view folder that we saved to our desktop. And we are going to be working out of the data folder that we saved to our desktop. And again, we can type in this JSPM_view, and that will open this other window where we can look at the kind of brain areas and activation like we did last time. So this time when we overlay our statistical map, instead of picking from the words folder, we're going to pick from the face folder, do this one here. And then we're going to start out right away with the 4.03 positive threshold and the 34 cluster size because we saw last time why we do that. It helps reduce our type 1 error rate. So we're just going to start with that right away this time. So you can see then the orange and red areas that show up, right? And we are going to kind of look for a few different areas. We're going to be looking for the hippocampus and the right or in the fusiform gyri again. Just like last time, once you've clicked around a little bit, you can look in your folder for, you can look in the data folder and in faces, and you'll see a text file will have popped up. Yeah, a text file will have popped up. Oh yeah, here in the yeah, in your data folder. And just like last time, we can open that with Excel and kind of sort it into the 4 different columns to look at some information about each of the areas. You should have, I believe, 44 active regions, 48 active regions after loading this on and looking at it. And this will be a bit shorter of a lab. You'll just be kind of looking at the hippocampus and fusiform gyri and comparing them to each other and comparing them left to right. One thing I want to note that I saw in a lot of people's labs from last week is that the idea of lateralization isn't that the left or the right solely performs one type of cognition. So some people were saying that we saw left and right activation. So in the hippocampus, so we would expect there to be spatial and verbal memory happening. And while that might be true, that's not because we're seeing left and right hippocampal activation. Both hemispheres play a role in both of those types of memory and processing. The lateralization idea is just that the left hemisphere is more language dominant and the right hemisphere is more objects and spatial recognition dominant, but they're both doing both types of processing. So just wanted to clear that up before next week in case anyone saw that feedback and was a little confused still. So yeah, this should be a bit shorter of a lab this week.